Welcome to the Youthrive Survey video tutorial for organizational admin users. My name is Lisa Mishraki Javier. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am a senior associate at the Center for the Study of Social Policy. This video tutorial will show you how to do three things: register your organization to use the Youthrive survey, manage survey users, and access data and reports. Developed by the Center for the Study of Social Policy, Youthrive is an approach that uses the latest science to identify protective and promotive factors that increase the likelihood that adolescents can develop into healthy, thriving adults. It is grounded in the idea that all young people have strengths and the capacity for positive growth and development. Youthrive functions as a lens for assessing current efforts and for making changes to the policies, programs, training, services, partnerships, and systems that impact all young people. To learn more about Youthrive, please visit our website at cssp.org. Let's start with a brief overview of the Youthrive survey. The survey is a valid and reliable youth self-report instrument that measures the presence, strength, and growth of the Youthrive protective and promotive factors as proxy indicators of well-being. It was designed with significant input from young people and takes less than 15 minutes to complete. The survey can be an effective tool for informing case planning and practice, evaluation, and continuous quality improvement efforts. The Youthrive survey is publicly available, free of charge, and provides an array of data reports that can be used to inform policy and practice decisions and measure positive indicators of well-being for young people. The survey is available in both English and Spanish. The Youthrive survey is accessible online through the Center for the Study of Social Policy's website. On this page, you will find helpful resources, including the user manual, a tip sheet for professionals, and a technical report, in addition to a copy of the entire Youthrive survey, which can be found in the appendix of the user manual. The survey can be completed using a computer, tablet, cell phone, or any other mobile device. It is composed of 5 sections, one for each of the Youthrive protective and promotive factors. Each survey section has 10 to 17 statements. The survey also includes 11 demographic questions so that organizations and workers can know about background characteristics of young people and disaggregate data by subgroups. Now I'm going to take you through the registration steps. To register as an organization, scroll down on this page and click on Organizational User Registration. You will be prompted to enter your name, last name, email, and select your state from the drop-down menu. If you are a Youthrive site, select yes. You will then be prompted to select your Youthrive jurisdiction from a drop-down menu list, followed by your connected organization from a drop-down menu list. If you are not a Youthrive site, simply select no. Enter your organization name, followed by a username and password. Keep in mind that the individual who registers the organization will automatically be designated as an organizational administrator. The username and password you create during registration are what you will use to log onto the system to complete the remaining steps. You may edit and change your password at any point in time. Once you've confirmed your password, click on Register Organization. Next, you will be asked to add your title, indicate your city. These next series of questions include information such as the population with which you plan to use the survey, your intended use of the survey, and your intended frequency of administration. Keep in mind that your organizational profile may be viewed or edited at any time after you've completed your registration. For the population question, you may check all that apply. Also, for how you will be using the survey, you may check all that apply. For how often you plan on administering the survey, you may only select one option. And then finally, these last two questions are really asking about your interest in joining our Youthrive peer learning network, receiving our newsletters, and if we are able to contact you to learn more about how you're utilizing the survey. Once you've responded to those questions, click on Complete Profile, and you have officially registered your organization. As you can see, on top of the menu options, there is the organizational profile option. This is what you would click on to view and or edit your profile at any point in time. Users may log in by clicking here. On the login screen, users have access to reset their password if they have forgotten it. Users also have access to download the user manual, register a survey taker, as well as access the Spanish version of the survey. Once you've registered as an organization, the next step will be to add users. Users are all staff who will be administering the survey with young people and any other staff who will be managing and using the survey data. Log in using your username and password. And from the main menu, select User Management. To add a new user, click on the Add a New User button and fill in all of these required fields. You will need to create a username and a password for each user that you're adding. The password as well as the username can be updated or changed at any point in time. Enter their email, confirm the organization, and then select a user role. You have the option of two roles. The organizational admin role has access to all of the data, can manage all of the users, can edit the organizational profile, and can run all of the data reports. Organizational user role can only add survey takers and only has access to data for young people on their caseload. It's really important to make sure that you're selecting the appropriate role for each user that you're adding. Once you've completed all of these fields, make sure you click Approved and then click Save. User access can be modified at any time by the organizational administrators, and you can add an unlimited number of users for each role. If you want to make changes or edits, simply click on the username and make any edits that you like, and then click Save. Administrators are responsible for deactivating and reactivating users. If a user should no longer have access to the system, for example, because they left your organization or their role has changed, uncheck the approved box on the screen and click Save. All survey data associated with that user will remain in the system, but the user will no longer be able to access the system. To reactivate the user, simply check the approved box and click Save. The system allows for 6 failed password attempts before locking a user out of the system. To unlock a user, click the Unlock User button. The Youthrive survey offers a range of reports that allow users to view aggregate results for an organization, caseload-specific results, or results for other customized groups. You can also access an individual's results over time and view other organizations that are using the survey. These reports can be useful tools to inform policy, practice, and resource allocation decisions. Organizational admin users can view individual results in real time and may access results at any point in time. To access a respondent's survey results, click on the Survey menu. Here you will see a list of all completed surveys. The list is sortable by ID, organization name, worker ID, survey taker, and date of completion. Locate the survey of interest and click View Survey to view the individual survey responses. To print the survey, simply scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page and select Print Survey. To view the numeric value of each selected response and the mean score for each section, click the View Results tab. To print this, scroll all the way down to the bottom of the page and click on Print Survey Results. Now, let's take a look at the Report menu. Starting from the top of the list, you have access to Registered Organizations Report. If you are curious about who is using the survey nationally, this report is a great tool. It lists all organizations registered to use the survey for each state. If you're interested in seeing more details about who those organizations are, simply click on the plus sign next to the state of interest, and you will see all of those organizations. The second part of the report is registered organizations within the state. This report groups organizations according to the population that the organization is surveying, the purpose the survey serves, and the intended frequency of administration. This survey can be helpful knowing if young people are enrolled with other organizations that are using the survey to avoid duplication of effort and to coordinate services within a state. The next report that I would like to talk to you about allows you to compare average results over time and to see how the presence and strengths of the protective and promotive factors have changed over time from the first survey taken to the last survey taken. This report is only for young people who have completed the survey at least twice during the dates specified. The first survey completed by a person during that time frame is counted under the pre, and the last survey completed by that young person in the time frame is counted under post. To run this report, specify the date range that you are interested in and click View Report. And here you see an example. You'll see the first survey completed by each young person is reflected in the total and mean pre-scores, and the last survey completed by each young person is reflected in the total and mean post scores. The number of survey takers included in the report is also shown at the bottom of the table. The next report is individual scores over time. This report shows a young person's overall average and section subscores for each survey that they've completed within a selected date range. The report is for young people who completed the survey at least twice within the selected date range. It is useful in assessing individual changes in protective and promotive factors over time. To run this report, select the date range that you're interested in. Select the workers whose results you would like to view. If a worker is supporting a young person who previously completed the survey with a different worker, the new worker can view the historical results by selecting the previous worker's name and selecting the IDs of the survey takers whose results they want to view. So select the survey IDs whose results you want to view and click View Report. Here is an example of the report of individual scores over time. This can be a really helpful tool to identify where a young person may be particularly strong and in which area they may need support. It may also be helpful to look at specific items and patterns in responses to those items over time. It's important to note that survey scores represent just one source of information on how a young person is doing at that point in time. Therefore, it's important to view results in the context of young people's own perspective and priorities, as well as other information on young people's experiences. The next report is customizable and allows you to look at data for a specific demographic subgroup of young people that you're surveying. For example, young people who identify as LGBTQ+, or young people who are involved with the child welfare system or the juvenile justice system. It shows the number of surveys completed by that subgroup and their average scores for each section. Each survey completed within the selected date range is counted. Therefore, if a young person completed more than one survey within the selected date range, each one will be included in this report. To run this report, specify the date range of interest, and then define the two groups that you want to compare. Each group must have two characteristics. The options for each of the groups includes gender, identity, age group, foster care involvement, juvenile justice involvement, current living situation, highest grade completed, and race and ethnicity. So, for example, I'm going to look at protective and promotive factors for youth in foster care across ages. So, for group one, I'm going to select age, and I'm going to look at 15 to 17-year-olds. And I'm interested in looking at those young people who have current experience in foster care. And then for the second group, I'm going to look also at age, and I'm going to look at older youth who are also currently in foster care. And then you click on View Report, and you are able to see the results. So here would be an example. Now, of course, these numbers are just arbitrary for the moment because I am using dummy data, but just wanted to show you what this report would look like. And this is actually one of my favorite reports because you do have the ability to really narrowly view the needs of specific subsets of young people. The next report is the Youthrive Protective Factor Summary and Demographic Breakdown. This set of reports provides a summary of responses for each individual section of the Youthrive survey and breaks down the score by various demographic characteristics. If a young person completes more than one survey within the selected date range, each survey is counted in the report. To run a report, click on the protective or promotive factor of interest. So, for example, I'm going to select social connections, then enter the date range of interest, and click on View Report. You will see the results broken down for this section by different demographic characteristics. So when we go to the second page, you'll see by gender, you'll see by age, living arrangement, foster care status, and so on. This is a 2-page report, remember that? And can really be useful in better understanding the strengths and needs of young people specific to each of the protective and promotive factors. I want to point out that all of these reports can be exported into a variety of file formats. So, for example, if you click on this floppy disk symbol up top, you have options of exporting the data into XML, CSV, PDF, MHTML, Excel, TIFF file, and Word document. So all of that is available to you. And finally, if you go back to the main menu, you have the option of data download. This provides you for the date ranges that you prefer, um, the raw data file for your own analysis that you could merge with other data to answer any questions of interest. This data will be downloaded in Excel format. Tutorial helpful. Feel free to explore all of the different reports, try them out, share the results with your colleagues, share them with young people, share them with stakeholders. Make the most use of this Youthrive survey results and data in support of young people, their healthy development, and their well-being. If you have any questions and need any support troubleshooting, feel free to contact me at my email at lisa.mishraki@tssp.org. Thank you.